Welcome back, everybody. Dribble and Drive. We're here to do some previews of the second round as well as some recap of the first round. Clippers Nuggets last night. We'll start off with that. What'd you think?
Yeah, that game, I thought it was going to be a great game, and that was just disappointing.
Yeah, dude. Horrible. I mean, the Clippers, like, it was a complete collapse. I think it was a big locker room collapse. Like the body language, the chemistry, everything seemed off. Um, I don't know what it was. I think a lot of it stemmed from Harden. I saw a lot of it from Powell, saw a lot of it from Zubac. Just, bad defense, bad offense. I mean, just horrible basketball. There was one play that I want to talk about. So Westbrook got the ball off of a Harden miss. He went down, got to the free throw line, made the first to put them up five. He missed the second. Harden was supposed to box him out, but it was the easiest offensive rebound I've ever seen for Russ. Puts it
Yeah,
back up in. Harden and Zubac are looking at each other like this. Um, Kawhi's upset, Batum's upset. Just, I think that kind of epitomized the entire game for the Clippers. And then that was mid second quarter, maybe late second quarter. Then you get into the third quarter, they're up. The Nuggets are up, I think 8 or 10, and Gordon has the ball. The Clippers are in a zone. Powell's guarding Murray, and then Christian Brown just comes right here and hits this wide open three. And I think those two plays really just epitomize like how lazy the Clippers were. It's game seven. You're supposed to have all this urgency, supposed to be playing for money, careers, seasons, and it just looked like none of them cared to win.
yeah. I think like I saw something. Harden's 0-4 in game sevens in his career. So that guy just doesn't get it done in the crunch.
Horrible, man. Horrible. He had 13 assists on only two turnovers. So that's the only thing is like that he was all right with. But
But his
dude,
defense was terrible.
horrible. 2 for 8 from the field, 7 points. Like, let's look at the list of Clippers who shot more field goal attempts than Harden. Kawhi, Derrick Jones Jr., Zubac, Powell, Bogdanovich. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, you see, like they flew all those Clippers fans out.
Yeah,
They just get smoked. That's
horrible. Yeah, like at that point, like they just want to leave. They don't even want to be there. It's embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing for the franchise. The only thing I'll say is that they did have, I mean, it's tough. It's tough because the whole narrative the whole time has been, oh, well, they haven't got the injury luck. Kawhi, he hasn't been healthy. You just had him healthy for a series and you lost it. The one series he's healthy for, a first round series to a team that just fired their head coach, and you're gonna lose that. That's a bad look.
yeah, really bad.
Yeah. Um, let's see. The Nuggets. So the Nuggets, the Clippers won the first quarter. They went into the second up five and then got outscored in the second quarter 37-21 and in the third quarter 35-19. So a complete meltdown.
Yeah,
Um,
another night where Norman Powell just gave you nothing. Like these guys were just like played so good at home, but then just couldn't play on the road.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they
And
did steal one game on the road, but for the most part, like they were blowing the Nuggets out at home, and then they go on the road and look like a completely different team.
yeah, it says a lot about their mentalities. I mean, they fold under pressure. They fold under the pressure, and in the biggest moments they have their worst games. I saw a lot of one thing I think about this Clippers team is they have a lot of one-dimensional role players. Like Chris Dunn, great defender, absolute liability on offense. Derrick Jones Jr. is all right. He's all around, but I mean, come on, what are you going to get out of him?
Bogdan
Bogdanovich, he's a
shooter.
fun spark plug, shooter. What's he giving you on defense? Norman Powell, a great offensive player, 23 points per game. But when he doesn't have the ball in his hands and he's not just asked to shoot and score, it's a shit show.
Yeah, he was getting the ball stripped all the time from him. So
Porter stripped it once, and they said it was off of Porter, but then they challenged it, and it went to the Clippers or went to the Nuggets. How are you gonna let Michael Porter Jr. stop you? You average 23 points per game, and you get Porter on you. That should be a bucket.
yeah, I mean that looked like that championship Nuggets team. You know, they went on like a 15-0 run. They were
It
throwing
did,
bombs to Gordon.
but I'm
Like,
not gonna lie. I'm not excited for them in this next round. I think they're gonna get killed. Um, so
yeah,
that one Christian Brown that one Christian Brown three. Um, Obviously it was terrible, terrible by the Clippers. Powell was asleep. Kawhi didn't make an effort to rotate. Zubac gave you nothing on that. And I said that was kind of the epitome of that loss. But on that play, Gordon held the ball for a little bit longer than he should have. Porter was pointing at the open Christian Brown, and you could just see Jamal Murray. He was upset. Like he was like, "Why is the ball not there yet?" He was like throwing his hands up in the air, very frustrated. I see a lot of that. I don't think Jokic and Porter like each other. I don't think Murray likes Gordon. Christian Brown is the only guy who I haven't seen some horrible energy, some horrible team chemistry from. I think they're in to get smoked by the Thunder.
Yeah. I don't I think like just I'm trying to pull up here. Let's see what the regular season series was.
Think it was pretty even. It may have been
Yeah,
2-2 or was it 2-1?
they split 2-2.
Okay.
So, but I mean, those last games were played in March, so they still kind of mattered at that time. So, yeah, so I think this will probably be like, if I were to guess, like, what do you think? Like 6 games?
Yeah, I think having Jokic and probably having the better half court playoff offense gets you 2 games. But OKC just plays way better defense. They have way better chemistry. They like each other. They're so deep.
Yeah,
The Nuggets are the complete opposite. They play bad defense. They have horrible chemistry and energy. Their depth is bad. So, I mean, I'm taking OKC in 6. I don't think it gets to 7.
yeah, no, 100%. Like, I just don't think like the only chance I think Denver has is if, Mike Jokic is putting up like 30 triple doubles every night, 30-point triple doubles, and then you got Murray putting up 25 points and then Porter putting up 20 plus. Like that's the only way they have a chance.
Yeah, and you don't get those Porter games every night. Like Murray and Jokic, I think it's fair to say, like, okay, we have those 2 guys, we're in the series. But yeah, like you said, and you need Porter to have 20. You need Christian Brown to have a great game. You need Aaron Gordon to be serviceable. You need Peyton Watson to give you something. You need a lot to beat this Thunder team, and I just don't think you're going to get it. Let me see. Yeah, I think Denver's really off right now. I think they are kind of a mess that just got lucky that they ran into another mess with James Harden on that team and got to 7.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean
just that was a good draw. Like out of all the teams they could have faced. So
it was a team that hasn't done anything before, and um you just can't rely on. That's the Clippers, man. That's the epitome of the franchise, not just this kind of core that's been coming back for the past few years, which it is, but the franchise. Disappointing. That was horrible. That was embarrassing from the Clippers.
was Steve Ballmer there?
He had to be. I don't know because I didn't watch it in real time. I watched it this morning. Um, but so I kind of just watched the all possessions. I didn't watch the full broadcast. He flew over 120 Clippers fans to Denver on a charter plane this morning, also covering their tickets and transportation to the games. 7. They will be on this. Wow, man. Wow. I think he was at the game. I mean, he brought all these Nuggets fans there. I'd assume he was there. And he's at every game. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. Wow, that's embarrassing. Bad look for the Clippers.
really bad.
But yeah,
Let's move
we're
on.
we're both agree in agreement over the OKC Denver thing. I think there is like a chance because they have Jokic and maybe I trust this half court offense a little bit more. I think this series could go 7. They do have the best player in the world, all that. But I can't bring myself to take Denver after watching. I think they hate each other.
Yeah. And I think like depth wins like nowadays. Like if you look like who won in the first round, the Thunder won. They were the deeper team. I don't know if the Nuggets were, but the Timberwolves were a deeper team. They beat the Lakers. You could say the Rockets are. They might be beating the Warriors tonight. Like the Pacers were deeper than the Bucks, even though the Bucks have more star power. So I don't know. I just
Yeah.
sometimes depth wins, I guess. Like
And it's not just depth, but it's defense, it's team chemistry, it's all these things add together that I just can't trust Denver.
yeah, big long defenders. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah,
Yeah. The only thing that I will give them is when it comes, if it gets down to it late in games, if it's close, who do you trust more? Do you trust Jokic and Jamal, or do you trust Shea probably getting double teamed and then it's Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren? That's the only reason I can see the series going seven, you know? Because
Yeah,
so much of the Thunder's production on offense comes from the defensive side of the ball. Um, they create turnovers. Jalen Williams is running in transition. Not that that can't happen. Not that it's a great feature to have on your team. But it's playoff basketball. It gets tougher.
yeah.
So
I just
yeah,
don't know. Like Jokic, he's gonna have a tough matchup. I don't know. Like they're gonna have Hartenstein or Holmgren on him all the time. So
right?
like it's not like he's gonna get any rest. And when they come out, like those guys are gonna try to go to work. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly, exactly.
and I think like you got to take like if you just match it up position by position, you go Shea point guard over Jamal. So like I'd say that. I'd say Jalen Williams over Michael Porter. Even though Michael Porter's won a championship, I think Jalen Williams an all-star. So I don't know.
Yeah,
And then you put Jokic over Chet. So Jokic, I think, just has to be unbelievably great.
yeah. And they need guy like I don't know. The only thing is can is Jamal Murray a better second option than Jalen Williams? I kind of think he may be. Just in terms of a half court setting. Obviously, Jalen Williams gives you a ton of production overall as a basketball player. But in
Yeah,
an offensive half court scenario late in a playoff game, if they double Shea, say you're not beating us, I mean, I think if against anybody, he's going to do it against Denver. They don't have great defense to combat him. But I just don't know if I trust it. Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren yet. I hope, I'm picking them. I'm picking them. I don't know. It does linger in the back of my mind, like Jamal Murray, Jokic pick and roll, or Jalen Williams 4-on-3.
yeah. We'll
We'll
see.
see. Yeah, I'm taking OKC in six, but I think the series could go seven. I think it could. The more I think about it, the more I lean towards, Denver maybe taking it to seven, but that's probably just a little bit of overthinking. Oklahoma City's the better team.
Yeah, I just don't know if like who's gonna guard Shea for Oklahoma or Denver.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing is they're probably gonna have to bring two, and you don't want to play 3-on-4.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm taking Oklahoma City.
yeah, I dig it. I'm with it.
Yeah, then
So
Rockets and Warriors haven't finished yet. So do you want to talk about Cleveland, Indiana?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Um, did we see the series last? No, the Celtics knocked out Indiana.
Yeah, Indy played the Knicks and the Celtics, and before that they played the Bucks.
Okay.
Cleveland played the Celtics, and before that, who did the Cavs play? They beat the Magic. So my
Okay.
thing is that I think Indiana can make the series very interesting. Like Cleveland has not proven anything in the playoffs yet. Indiana has a legitimate squad, and that's why they're here. I mean, you got to be pretty good to get into the second round. Um, Halliburton makes this offense go. Top 10 offense back-to-back years, number two last year, number nine this year, and their defense is better than normal. And they finished number nine offensively, even with a lot of injuries. Like Halliburton was out a lot of the time. But I don't know, this team, Halliburton makes the offense go. They have really good role players, a really deep team. All these guys, they knock down their shots. Um, do I think they're a legitimate championship contender? No, just because they lack that star power at the top. If they had, I don't know, Giannis or Embiid or KD or Booker in place of Siakam, then maybe sure, this could be a team that comes out of the East. But I think just because Halliburton's your best player and I love him, I think he can be the second best player on a championship team. I think he can be the number one offensive option in your offensive engine on a championship team. I just don't think he can be your best player in your clear-cut best player, especially. Like Siakam, he's great, but like I said, it's not an Embiid or a Booker or a Giannis or a KD. And that's what holds me back from picking them in this series and even going as far to pick them to come out of the East. Um, but I think they could still make this series really, really interesting because I love Halliburton. They
Yeah.
have really, really good role players who are going to knock down their shots, and they're a really deep team. So I think I'm going to take Cleveland in six, maybe seven. I think the series could go seven. Cleveland just has the star power. They've been the better team all year. They're really good. So
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be surprised if they trip up like twice, like you said. I'd probably take Cleveland in six too. Um, we'll give Indiana two at home, you know. I think that series comes down to like it's two great offenses, and I think like even though the Pacers are good, I think they're just not to the level the Cavs are with their guys coming off the bench. Like I feel like I have a little bit, even though he hasn't done it before, I have a little bit more faith in like Ty Jerome than like uh some of the guys coming off the bench for the Pacers, such as like Obi Toppin. Trying to think
Jarris
here.
Walker doesn't really play. It's Toppin, Mathurin, TJ McConnell are usually the
Yeah,
5, 6, 7, 8.
as much as we love Mathurin too, sometimes he can just give you nothing. So
Absolutely.
I
He's
mean, he's
prone to that.
better this year, but
He's a great player off the bench. He's a great scorer, great two-way guy, but he's not Peyton Pritchard. He's probably Peyton Pritchard back in 2022 when sometimes you get a 1 for 7 game or something like that. But a really good player. But yeah, like I said, like this is a really good team. They're maybe even a great team, offensively at least. But when the game slows down, who do I trust more? This Pacers offense or like Donovan Mitchell and Mobley and Garland? It's Cavs. It's the Cavs. I think the Pacers are a little bit like the Thunder. Obviously, I'm picking the Thunder in the series, so it's not the greatest comparison, but they get a lot of points in transition, pushing the pace and going fast. When the game slows down, you kind of need a superstar. And Halliburton, I think, is a superstar. No question about it. But is he a superstar that you can just give the ball to playoff series after playoff series after playoff series? He already got you one in that aspect. He blew by Giannis in overtime and dominated the game, took it over. The dude's amazing, but I just think Halliburton and Siakam isn't quite Mitchell, Garland, and Mobley, you know?
yeah. No, I agree with you. They just lack a little bit of firepower. Like I think like we were talking about depth, you know what I mean? Like coming off they got DeAndre Hunter. They got what's his name? Max
Merrill,
Strus,
Strus, Merrill, Jerome.
Dean Wade sometimes. So they just have so many options they can go to. So I think that's like where like Cleveland or Indiana, they're really relying on Siakam, Halliburton, those guys to carry. Like if and Turner,
Yeah.
they really need like Turner to show up too if they want a chance.
Which is like cool. And for me, I love Indiana's depth. I do. I just, I think it's the top. I think it's the top is like, can you go to Halliburton like you can go to Mitchell late in the game? I don't think so. And then past that, Siakam, mm, Garland and Mobley, yes. Like, so for me, it's the top guys. I think Donovan Mitchell is just a guy who can take over games. And Halliburton, like I said, great, amazing. But I think he needs a guy as good as him on his team to really, win a series like this. Siakam, I don't think is that guy. Turner isn't that guy. Mathurin is not that guy. Neesmith and Nemhard, like great role players. I love these dudes, but they're not that guy.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And like they just need Donovan Mitchell to keep like playing like really well.
Yeah.
Like he should. So
What that's what I'm saying is I think Mitchell late in these games is going to be the guy. So
yeah. Like they'll probably go to him more than they did in the regular season.
yeah, exactly. He sacrificed a lot of points, a lot of minutes. Um, like I put Cade Cunningham on my All NBA first team because of the numbers, but Mitchell, there's no denying, like he did sacrifice those numbers. I have no problem with him being first team All NBA. They're gonna give him the ball late in these games, and even if they bring two, go to Mobley, go to Darius Garland. These guys are all stars.
Yeah.
Um, both better than Siakam if you need a bucket. Like great players on Indiana, but not guys you go to for a bucket.
No, yeah. I think like also it'll come down to like it's like I don't know. I just think like Cleveland's got more experience. Even though the Pacers like last year they lost to the Celtics. I don't know. I just trust like their size. Like I don't know. Sometimes like Nemhard can give you nothing. So I don't know. I just feel like they're more consistent, that Cavaliers team.
I feel you. I'm gonna go Cleveland in 7. I think it's gonna go 7. I really like this Pacers team. I just can't bring myself to take them. Cleveland's too
Yeah.
good.
Like if this Pacers team's down 15 with like 10 minutes to go, do you have faith they're coming back? Where like if the Cavs are down, like you're probably like, okay, like they can get this within like 10 here. Maybe there's a shot. Like,
They can get some stops. The Avalanche starts coming.
Yeah, so I mean I think that's what it comes down to. Like Cleveland can just go on a crazy run at any point, even when it looks like they're out of the game.
right? So yeah. And then Boston, New York. I have some thoughts about this series. Not that Boston's gonna lose it, but I just think the Knicks have the talent and the Celtics have the letdown potential for this series to go 6 or 7. Obviously, it would say a lot about the Celtics. Like the Celtics aren't going to be taken to 7 by the Knicks and then go win the championship, probably. It's probably going to be a big warning sign if that does happen. But the Knicks have a lot of talent. Like if OG and Bridges, you never know what you're going to get from them. One night they're both 3 for 11. One night one has 30, one has 3 points. So it's kind of that thing. If you get good shooting and good defense from Bridges and OG, maybe this series goes 6 or 7. I anticipate Brunson to be really good. I think Cat's going to do what he does well, and what he does bad. I think he's going to hit some threes. I think he can bully Porzingis down low a little bit. Um, but put him in switches on defense. I think it's a disaster for New York. I don't think he's the second best player on a team that's going to beat Boston. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, like, I also think like the Celtics, would we say they swept them in the regular season?
Yeah,
4-0?
the Knicks were 0-10 versus Boston, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City.
Like I think that tells us all we need to know.
Exactly. Like,
I
why
mean,
would I?
I'm saying Celtics in 5. I'm gonna give the Knicks a game. I think like Cat or Brunson can just go wild and like they'll just steal one. So
I kind of look
the
at it like I
did I
agree.
lose
Like,
you?
where was I? The Knicks, Celtics. Like, like we said, they're 0-10 versus Boston, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City. You said Boston swept the season series, so why would I expect anything different? Especially after Detroit really just took them very, very close. That series, it felt like it went 7. I literally just thought it went 7 for a second. That series felt like 7. I think the Pistons led in the fourth in at least half of those games, if not all of them. So they took it very close. Obviously that Brunson ankle breaker 3-pointer, whew, that was something to watch.
When you thought they were like down and out, they were down like 3 or 4.
Yes. Yes, they had blown their own lead. The Pistons had completely come from behind, taken the game by storm, controlled it, and then all of a sudden Brunson, man, credit to him. Can't stand the way the dude plays though. It's obnoxious.
I know there's some of they like reversed one of the calls. That was awesome.
That
Like
was amazing. That was probably like the turning point of the game the first
they,
time.
they
And
were
then
chanting flopper.
yeah, which they should have been, as they should have. Like there's a few guys in the league that I cannot stand watching. It's Luca, it's Jokic, and it's Jalen Brunson. And there's probably more. I wouldn't even put Giannis in there. I wouldn't even put Harden in there. LeBron. They just flop, man. They're like fish flopping on the floor.
Yeah,
Um, I
I
can't
don't
stand
know.
it.
I feel like the Knicks are gonna come ready to play because they're like, this is what like we wanted to play the Celtics last year and we couldn't get there. So like
Yeah.
now with their bigger and better squad, but I don't think they're gonna get by the Celtics. I just don't think they're good enough.
No. But like you said, I mean, this is the Knicks finals. This is the Knicks finals. KP's three ball hasn't been falling too consistently. Drew hasn't been
Been a
playing.
little
Yeah,
injured. Yeah,
yeah, and even when he does play, he's not the same he used to be. Jalen, will he shoot well? We'll see. Like I said, if OG and Bridges have a good series, I can see the series going 6 or 7. Not that I want that to happen. I don't know. This is the Knicks' finals. This is the Knicks' finals. A few years ago, we didn't think Philly was going to take us 7. We didn't think Miami was going to take us 7. Boston has this letdown factor. Obviously, we won the championship last year and kind of beat the accusations, but you know, I mean, we've been through it as Celtics fans. We know what we're prone to sometimes. I just think this Knicks team is very talented. I think Brunson's going to have multiple 30-point games, multiple 40s maybe. Cat's been playing well. He has. Bridges had a really good game. I just think they could take a 6. I think they're going to take a 6. I'm going to take the Celtics in 6.
yeah. I mean, I can't argue with it too much because the Celtics have been a little disappointing, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think like the Celtics, like KP is gonna want to like go off. I think so. Hopefully
Right.
we get a good series from him.
That's true. He has that revenge factor in him. My
Yeah,
thing is, I trust Jason Tatum to be good. I trust Derek White to be very good. But Kristaps Porzingis just had not his greatest series. Drew Holiday has not been the same player. This has been his worst season. Jaylen Brown has not shot the ball like he did last year. And I have opinions about Jaylen Brown, and this conversation could take us into, a Giannis to Boston conversation.
Yeah.
But
Did you see
you,
that report like the Celtics were like rumoring to like trade the pieces, and that's like because they have to because they're so deep in the tax. So
yeah, I've been kind of thinking about this for like a year now. I mean, since we paid Jaylen Brown, I was like, all right, we're gonna have two $300 million men on this roster, and Porzingis and White and Holiday, who are all on max contracts. We're gonna need to re-sign Porzingis. I think Jalen and Porzingis for Giannis is very fair for both teams,
I do too. I think it is. What do we got?
right? I mean, like, I don't know what the draft capital would be in that. I don't think they would give us more. Um, but what better are they gonna get for Giannis than Jalen
Yeah.
and Porzingis?
Yeah, I mean, two champions, like they're both not even 30 yet. So I mean, it's pretty good. And then you'd also get some picks, I'm sure, along with it.
Yeah. And at the same time, it's like you don't want to tank because they don't, if you're Milwaukee, you don't have your picks till 2030. Why would you want to lose? No, get Jaylen Brown, get Porzingis. Jalen's a great guy to build your franchise around. Um, you're not getting free agents without Giannis. Like, this is probably the best you're going to get. What else are they going to get?
Yeah, I don't know, like maybe
Like, could the Knicks do something? Could the Pacers or the Pistons do something? And, you want to keep them out of the conference probably, right?
yeah, definitely. I mean, but you probably wouldn't care because by the time he's done, like you know what I mean? Like he probably only has like a 5 or 6 year window, and you aren't really going to be competing in that window, are you?
No, I agree with you.
Uh,
But I mean, Houston, you could probably get Sengun in that.
yeah, and like Jalen Green
Yeah.
or like
So
or
I
Amen and Sengun.
I don't think the Rockets would do that. I don't think they would do that.
That would
I
be
don't- I think it's too much. And I don't know. I'm not the biggest Jalen Green fan, so if you can get Giannis, I don't know. Is Sengun and Jalen Green too much for Giannis at the age of 30?
uh no, because I
It's
mean
not.
no, he's defense play of the year. He's all first team every year or like all team every year. So I don't know.
What else do you want to talk about? Do you want to keep going with this bracket, or do we want to get into some of that talk?
Here, no, let's keep going. I wanted to talk about Lakers Timberwolves. What'd you think about that?
Man, I mean, the Lakers didn't have a center. They didn't have any perimeter defenders. They could not stop Ant. He was getting into the paint at will, and if he wasn't, he was getting threes.
Yeah,
Um,
and he didn't
and
even play crazy in game 6, and they still smoked him.
no, dude, he was awful. He was
Yeah,
terrible, actually. So, disaster class from Luca, from LeBron, from Reeves. Reeves' numbers looked decent, but I mean, if you watch those games, Austin Reeves was bad. Austin Reeves was bad. Luca's defense. Nico Harrison was probably right to trade him and not pay him $300 million a year. Did he get
yeah.
what he should have? No, he did not get
Every
enough.
I swear Luka got blown by every play. Like
Dude,
he can't stay with people.
it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. It's so
Like
pathetic.
it looks like he's like barely even moving out there. Like on the defense, like he's just like makes it look like he's trying, but he's not.
No, no, he
Like
doesn't care, man. He has no willingness to spend any energy on the defensive side of the ball. And every single time down the court, he is late into the play, whichever way it is, because he's complaining about something. He's in the ref's face, he's yelling.
it
It's
was
obnoxious. It's
it was so
obnoxious,
it was so bad the other night. Like he was like running up and down the floor bitching, and it was just like, come on, like, are you serious?
right? And I've
That's
always been a guy. I've always been a guy who has said, like, when everybody complains about Giannis and LeBron and Harden, I'm like, man, they're playing the game. They're bending the rules. They're doing the best they can to win. What I've seen this year from Luka and Jokic is
yeah.
absolutely pathetic. It's unwatchable. I hate watching it. It's like I get distracted from the game because I'm like, man, will this dude shut up and just play
Like
the game?
Jokic, I feel like isn't as bad as Luca. Luca's like, I
He's
think
not.
no, Luca's got to be one of the worst.
But I mean, Jokic is bad, and that's how bad Luka is.
Then you pair him up with LeBron, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
It's bad, dude. LeBron's
Biggest
flopping.
Staples or Crypto Arena tournament, the biggest crybabies.
It's pathetic, man. It's so pathetic. What do the Lakers do from here? Like, I think Reeves is, I don't know. I don't know. He just had a bad series.
See, you see like all the celebrities there, like sitting
Yeah,
courtside, and you're just getting blown
dude.
out. So fun.
Everybody, man. That was pathetic. The Timberwolves shot what, 14% from three?
Yeah, let's pull it up.
I think they did. Let me see. One of these ESPN box scores. Yeah,
Teams.
game five. Game five. It didn't even go to
14%.
six.
14%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. 7 for 47. Ant was Ant was 0 for 11 from three, 5 for 19 from the field.
yo, we got to talk about that Rudy game too.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, cooking.
12 for 15 from the field, 15 re no, 20 12 for 15 from the field, 24 rebounds, 9 offensive rebounds, 0 turnovers, 2 blocks, plus 18, 27 points.
Yeah, no, I mean that was he shut up everyone, bro. That's we can't talk smack about Rudy Gobert for at least another season. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
dude. We can't. I
I
mean,
mean, even though the
we'll
Lakers don't have a center, it's like still like he got 24 rebounds and he looked like Shaq said, prime Shaq.
he
So
did. He looked like prime Shaq, man.
yeah.
Because I mean, they couldn't take his size. This Lakers roster. I mean,
But I also give him credit. He stuck played good defense on Luca and the outside guys, and as much as everyone cooks him for getting like absolutely cooked, like he stuck with them tonight or that night, and like he did a great job. So I mean, that was Rudy Gobert's statement legacy game.
right? And I mean, the narrative's always been a little bit twisted. Like, sure, he does have these issues. But back in Utah, he was leading like a top three defense every year with Donovan Mitchell on the floor, with Mike Conley on the floor, with like Royce O'Neal starting. Like, I mean, come on. The
Joe
dude deserves
Ingles.
some respect. Joe Ingles, come on, man. This dude was anchoring a top five defense every single year. And, playoffs would come around and the team would get exposed and he'd get blamed. That's what happens. What happens.
Yeah.
He's a joke. He's the joke of the NBA. I mean, he's the
So I
Shaqtin'.
what do you think results in this? Do you think the Lakers just say like Reeves, you gotta go?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think more than anything, they get a center.
Yeah.
Just
I
a
don't know
guy that
who
can,
though.
guard the paint and rebound.
Like I don't know who.
Yeah, and like you have Luca and LeBron, you have nobody to throw lobs to, you
Yeah.
know? So
And just like I mean we saw like Maxi Kleber, like I don't know. I just think all their guys were like okay, like Rui Hachimura wasn't great. Uh Finney Smith like wasn't great. Vanderbilt wasn't great. Vincent wasn't great.
but
Like
like you said, more than anything, Reeves was 5 for 14, 2 for 10 from three with 6 turnovers, got to the line 0 times.
yeah, that's probably his last game in a Lakers uniform.
Yeah, yeah, after that
Maybe
series.
maybe they go to like Sacramento and they're like, hey, do you want to blow it up?
Ah,
Give us a bonus.
yeah, they should do that. They should do that.
I don't know if they. I know he just signed an extension or something, but I mean I don't know.
Eh,
But something like
he
they
wants
got
a
to
point
get a
guard.
big man. Maybe DeAndre Ayton. That would be a very Lakers move.
Yeah. I mean, something, right? He's fine. He's just been rotting away in Portland. Obviously, he's not the greatest player, but he's fine.
Need guys over 7 feet tall at least,
Yeah,
or at
right?
least 6'11", something
He was
like.
on a yeah, he was on a finals team, getting rebounds. That's all he really did.
Yeah,
He can score. But yeah, and Sabonis, I mean, he was saying he was asked like what's wrong with Sacramento? What do you need? He said, I think first things first, we need a point guard. They traded away Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. I've had this conversation, so I have this sports group chat, right? I've had this
yeah,
conversation a million times, and I don't think I've asked you your opinion on this. I know you're a huge Sabonis fan, and you know I'm a huge Halliburton fan. I go to war that the Pacers won this trade, and everybody combats me. They're like, no, no, it's an even trade. It's fair for both teams. I'm like, Man, Sabonis is like 3, 4 years older than Halliburton. He's 4 years
Yeah.
older.
No, the
Halliburton,
Pacers easily won it, I think.
yeah, like,
Like,
yeah,
cause
it's
like yeah, they have like didn't like they get the younger player who was like an all-star, and like I don't know, like Sabonis, they weren't really anything with Sabonis for a few years, and they had like guys like Oladipo playing with them and all that. Paul
Turner,
George didn't work, so they moved on. Like, and
right? I couldn't agree more.
they got a young point guard who's like 6'5", 6'6", and he averages like 10 assists a game, so I think that's pretty good.
Anchors in elite offense year after year.
That's
Like,
one of those rare win-wins.
yeah, like it's a win-win. Like,
Here, I think
yeah.
I guess I guess the Grizzlies fired their head coach.
I
Like, sorry, they hired that guy.
yes. Yeah, they like him, I guess, right?
Yeah, Islo. So I guess I don't know. I don't know if I love it though. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel you. Like I'm not gonna pretend to know much about him. I just I think he has a better offensive approach. Get Ja the ball. I don't know. I don't know. I have some opinions about this Grizzlies team. I don't think this is the trio that you can move forward with. I think there's a huge ceiling.
Yeah,
Not a great sailing. Like there's a sailing. Because
yeah,
like if you had a fourth guy, if you brought in another guy, I like what you have. But you can't just bring in another guy. You have to make a trade to go bring in another impact player. Um, there's got to be a reason Jimmy Butler didn't want to go there. Like, like I like Ja Bane, JJJ, Edie, Scottie Pippen, Aldama. Who else? Like there's more guys. I like them individually, but you need another. You need a wing.
yeah.
Like
Like,
if you added Kevin Durant, of course this team's going to be great, but you can't just add Kevin Durant or Jaylen Brown or
I think Bane's a good role player. Like, he can be like a good like fourth option, third, fourth
yes,
option.
exactly. But he's playing the 2-3.
Yeah, where like I don't know, like Jaren Jackson's not the offensive guy they love.
I
So
agree.
I don't know what they do going forward. Like they can't like blow it up and not contend because they're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
they could say to themselves, we were the 2 seed all season. So and be
they
like, we just collapse at the end of the year.
I just think they're doing themselves a disservice to do that. I think they need to trade one of them, one of the three, ideally Bane, but you got to get a guy better than Bane. You can't just, John JJJ might be a great 2 and 3, but honestly, I don't think either of those guys are ones or one. I don't think that's a 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Harrow and Bam in Miami. Like that they can't build around those two. If they bring in a guy better than both of them, sure. Like, okay, maybe you might be good. But you can't build with Bam and Harrow. You can't build with Ja Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. I don't know. I think you can build with two of them, but not three of them. And who's going to give you something that you want for Bane on a $200 million contract?
Yeah. No, I don't see it happening.
Could
Uh
Phoenix do something? Like, could they trade Bane for KD or Booker? I mean, not the Suns aren't going to give you Booker. Could they Bane and like, I don't know, they're kind of cooked.
maybe like Charlotte with like LaMelo. I don't know if they'd want to move off LaMelo.
That'd be cool. I think Melo and Ja could work together better than people think.
Yeah, I think Melo could play the sh but he's a little weak defensively too, so that would be a really weak defensive team.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
it would be. And
I'd
it's
have
like,
to,
I don't
yeah,
think
that's
Charlotte
the
would
thing.
do it in the big picture. I don't know. They're cooked, man. What
Who
about
who do you think would give the Timberwolves a better series, the Warriors or the Rockets?
that's interesting. I think the Warriors. I think the
Okay.
Warriors, just because the Timberwolves have a lot of size to deal with the Rockets. Like they can throw Rudy Gobert out there. You're not gonna kill them on the glass. And then they have Reed and Randall who bring size, McDaniels and Ant. I think the Timberwolves,
I mean,
Kyrie,
neither team has like real size.
yeah. I
Like,
you
because
don't
I
think
mean, Draymond Green and like Jackson Davis, all those, maybe Kevon Looney's the biggest guy in the Warriors, and then biggest guy in the Rockets is like Jabari Smith, Steven Adams. So I don't
well,
know.
I think the Rockets got that size and that rebounding and that defense, that grittiness to them where they can overpower the Golden State because they're throwing Quentin Post and Green out there like they're not big. in
Yeah.
post with the size he gives you. He's going to let up a lot of defensive stuff. He's not always on offensively. Um, can't do much besides shoot. So I think you go against the Wolves with Rudy and Randall and Reed. I think that's a tougher matchup for the Rockets. Whereas you give Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler against the Wolves. I think I'd take the Wolves. But they've got Steph Curry, you know?
Yeah.
So
I
that's
could see
kind of,
like Ant trying to get in a shootout with Steph.
yeah. And the Warriors, they play really good defense. They're not the Lakers. Sure, they don't have, a big body like Rudy Gobert down low, but they've been a really good defense all year, especially since they traded for Jimmy Butler. I think they've been like a top three defense. You got Jimmy on the perimeter, you got Pods who's going to give you some stuff. Draymond Green's out there. Um, who else is playing a lot of minutes? Moody, he's long. They play better defense than the Los Angeles Lakers for sure. It's not going to be a blow by fest. Um, would I take the Warriors? I don't know. I think the series definitely goes 6 or 7, but I think the Warriors are a better match or a tougher matchup for Minnesota than Houston.
Yeah. I mean, I could see how you say that. Like I could see like both teams giving them a good fight, 100%. So
Definitely. I don't want to count Houston out like crazy again. They could win this series. Absolutely. It's in 7. Um, but I don't think they're going to be able to kill the Wolves on the boards like they did to the Warriors.
yeah, I think honestly I'm gonna take the Wolves regardless in that next series.
I'm thinking so too. I just haven't looked into the matchups against Golden State too deeply. Um,
Yeah.
Partially because I was expecting Los Angeles to win that series. But hey, I love Minnesota. I'm rooting for them. Like if there's any team besides the Celtics that I would root for to win, it'd be Minnesota. I like this team. I think they're fun to root for.
Yeah,
Um,
answer's so fun. Like how can't you?
right? Like he just brings that energy, the charisma, in addition to his on-court production. It's
He's
hard
always
not.
just talking, like talking,
Yeah.
talking. Like
And he's legend slaying. He took down KD last year in the first round. Now he took down LeBron and Luca in the Lakers. They
yeah.
said Lakers in 5.
He also took down Jokic. So
Yeah, right? How could I forget about that? And then
yes.
he didn't have a great series against Dallas. That's kind of what he's got to prove. It's kind of what his demon that he has to overcome. Like
Yeah.
that was
So
not the greatest series against Dallas.
I mean he redeemed himself going beating Luca now. So hopefully he can get to the conference finals. And then from there that would be a tough matchup between Denver or OKC. So I mean the West is a gauntlet, so we'll see who comes out.
It is.
One injury and the whole thing changes. So
It's how it is. Yeah, dude. I haven't even you don't want to think about injuries, but that's the truth. That's how it is.
yeah,
So
if like one of
many
the stars gets injured on any of these teams, like they immediately aren't favored. Like I'd say the top three players on each team.
exactly, dude. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, one injury, the Thunder are done. One injury, the Nuggets are done. One injury, the Wolves are done. It goes for all of these teams, the Warriors, the Rockets, even in the East. One injury can completely derail a season. If the Celtics get an injury, I mean, oh boy,
Yeah,
what's going to happen then? Um, like if the Celtics get an injury, the Knicks could end
like
up in the
it's.
finals
I
because the
wonder
Cavs
if
have done nothing.
Holiday's like good. You think? I don't know.
I hope so, man. I hope
Yeah,
so. But that's what I'm saying is like if
like
Holiday and Porzingis are banged up, how unstoppable are we?
yeah, I'd say we're pretty vulnerable just because like if we don't have Holiday, like who's gonna guard Brunson? Like I know D White's good, but I don't know. I feel like I'd rather have Holiday on him. He's more physical. Like Brunson's a physical guard.
Yeah,
So
exactly, exactly. And Brunson, I think he's gonna have his way either way. I think
yeah,
he's gonna get
for
some
20 every game.
exactly at least. But he's banged up. You never know if you get Holiday out there on him. That's what you want. So
Yeah.
that's why he's here. That's why he's in Boston. But the offensive production we got from Holiday, like late in games against Indiana last year, he was just so good. He was so good, knocking down threes. Hasn't been the same this year. Hopefully he picks it up, gets healthy.
Yeah. We need him to come back.
Exactly. So yeah, looking at these series, I'm taking the Thunder in 7. I'm taking the Cavs in 7. I'm gonna take the Celtics in 6.
Okay. I
And
like it.
either of those series could go 6, but
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna go Thunder in 6, Cavs in 5, Celtics in 5. I'm gonna
Uh,
go. I'm gonna go quick round two.
hey, I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
I'd like to see the Pacers take the Cavs to 7. I don't want to deal with them.
yeah.
Um,
I
a
mean,
little early, but do you think the Cavs could beat the Celtics?
yeah. Perfect storms brewing, I feel like, right? We'll see if the Celtics can get through the series, but like I'd be concerned if it goes 6 games. I'd be like, oh shit, we're playing a lot of
Yeah,
games.
like
Like,
like a game 6, we have to beat Cleveland, or else it's going 7.
yeah.
Back to Cleveland. It's gonna be one of those vintage game 6. That's gonna remind me of a Miami series in these past few years.
I like how we're on the road though. I feel like we always disappoint with the pressure on at home. So I feel like on the road, like these guys always play better for some reason. In the
Right.
playoffs at home, like
I remember in 2022, game 6 against Miami, I actually got to go to the game and Jimmy had 45, 7, 6, 5, and 4 or something. It was something, man.
and they always just shoot abysmally. I mean, obviously last year they kind of exercised those demons, but it's always in the back of my head.
Dude, how could it not be as Celtics fans?
Yeah.
Um, One thing I want to talk about, and blanking. Um, that Golden State Houston game 6. Or was it game 5? Yeah, no. Game 6. Um, so it
Yeah, are you
was it
concerned? The Warriors dropped two in a row.
yeah, oh yeah, I'm concerned. Yes, I am very concerned. I'm very concerned. Like after that, I mean, I'm gonna take the Warriors, especially after I saw Cannon, Steph's son, not talking to him. Steph's gonna have an insane game, I think. I think Steph's gonna go crazy tonight. But I mean, Van Vliet, dude, he's had games, dude, just knocking down threes. And then Thompson's been phenomenal. Sengun, Steven Adams, Jalen Green has kind of played a better role. Who else? Like everybody, dude. Everybody. Jabari Smith. These Rockets have been good. Curry and Butler went a combined 6 of 22 last game. Like, do I see that happening again? No. I think Curry's gonna go crazy tonight.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I'm worried. As somebody who picked the Warriors in 5 or 6, I am worried.
Houston in Houston, they always show up for Houston. I feel like they got their they got punched early in the series, but now like they got some swagger. Like I don't know. I feel like even though Steph and Jimmy are so veteran and have been there many times, I feel like this Rockets team was number two for a reason. I feel like the last two games we've seen why they were the number two seed and they won pretty handedly. So I'm gonna go with that. They win pretty handedly again. Van Vliet, the Warriors killer. So
Okay. Dude, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, I could talk about Steph, being a Rockets killer, but Van Vliet, dude, this dude in the past 3 games has come out and just been absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. And
yeah,
Amen Thompson, I mean, the way they're guarding Curry, Amen Thompson had 5 steals and 3 blocks last game, and the refs aren't coming to save Curry. Like,
yeah. You see Steve Kerr's just losing it on the sideline, like for fouls. Like it's just, I really want the Rockets to win. I don't know. I feel
I
like
wouldn't
they
mind it.
deserve.
I think Curry's gonna have a crazy game tonight. Like Curry and Butler want to combine 6 of 22 last game. The role players showed up. Moody was phenomenal. Guy Santos hit a few big threes. Like I just don't think Curry is gonna come out after Cannon wouldn't talk to him. I think he's gonna go crazy. But I completely understand the Rockets. They have been so good. Amen, Fred VanVleet, like what a series this has been. I think I was so excited for this series, and I've not been disappointed at all. Like the physicality, the beef, the Ime Udoka, Steph
Yeah.
Curry kind of thing. Like this is amazing.
I mean, there's no doubt he's a top, what, five coach, top 10
He's
coach. No
definitely
doubt.
top 10. I mean,
Yeah. Like he's probably in that 6, 7, 8 range.
exactly. I put him in there, and you can't really argue against top 5. You
Yeah.
can say, oh, well, this, well, that, but I
Like
mean,
who would you say? Like Spo, Missoula, um,
I'd take, give me one sec.
Spo, Missoula. I don't know if I take Steve. Would you take Steve Kerr?
I'd take, I'd take, man, this is tough. I like I'm a big Bickerstaff fan, but I can't put him over him.
Yeah.
Spo, I think that's very fair to say. Mark Daignault's a very good coach.
Yeah.
Ime, who else is there? I mean, Ty Lue.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you're kind of grasping at straws at that point, right? Like there's a lot of not great coaches out there, I feel like.
Yeah, weirdly enough, Ime's a top five coach. Like
Yeah.
looking at the list, I can't name you five guys.
Like Missoula, would you say Missoula? Yeah.
That's where it's tricky. I mean, I don't
Like
know.
yeah, like we've seen Ime do it with good teams and bad teams. So like I don't know. Like
Missoula's had super teams. Like,
yeah, like I feel like the jury is still out. Like I don't know. Like you judge Eric Spoelstra not by his championships, but how good he is right now, like the past few seasons with that
exactly.
team and the
You give him
talent he
one
has given.
star, one star and some able role players. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's like when guys are tested. I would say Mike Malone if he was still there. I mean,
Yeah, he didn't deserve to get fired.
yeah,
But like back to it, you look at this Nuggets locker room and it's like, what? What in the world is going on? Like he may have gotten himself out of that. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know if he played
yeah.
a part in that. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think Ime's and look what Ime's doing with like a young roster who can't really shoot three, doesn't have a go-to superstar. He's
All guys who've never really played in the playoffs besides like one or two guys
yeah, like that's inc what he's done is incredible. He's a top five coach. I questioned it,
versus
but he's a top five.
versus Hall of Fame Steph Curry, who's like he's not like bad,
Who
he's old, but he's still Steph Curry.
who has been able to contain Steph Curry like this at any point in his career? Nobody.
I
This has
mean,
not happened before.
not even the Celtics in the finals when they played against him.
No, he torched us. He
Yeah.
torched us. We were playing drop on him, which is a hit to Ime, but that was
Uh,
3 years ago,
Ime probably just got in the film room and was like, all right,
right?
I
Great,
am figuring this out.
great coaches, great players. They learn their lessons from their faults and they get better at it. And that's exactly what he's done because that was kind of you know, his blemish on his resume was look what Steph Curry did to you in 2022. Look how you fell apart. But
Yeah,
nobody's guarded Steph Curry like this. Nobody's been able to do it. Credit to him,
Steph.
right? But yeah, I don't. What else do we got? Do we got much to talk about?
Yeah, I don't really have anything else. I think I kind of got all the points. I had a few bullet points and I hit all those. So
We'll be
yeah, we
back.